Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. Manchester United drew 0-0 with West Ham at Old Trafford. Another disappointing day. 3 draws, I think it is in a row now. And Manchester United yet again failed to score. I think in the last 5 home games we've had 3 0-0s. We've scored 1 goal once and we've scored 2 goals once as well. So 3 goals in the last 5 games, if I'm right in thinking. It shows exactly what our problems have been this season. Defensively we're sound. Up front we just haven't scored enough. Today though, I don't think it was the manager's fault. I thought the players had the opportunities to put the game to bed. We had over 20 shots in the game, only 1 of those on target, which shows you we failed to test the goalkeeper enough throughout the game. And in my opinion, we had more than enough openings to do that. Fellaini had 1 or 2, Martial had 3 or 4, Juan Mata had 1 or 2, Jesse Lingard as well, who was my man of the match today alongside Chrissy Smalling, failed to put away chances to get us those goals. Today I felt we missed the presence of someone like Ander Herrera to buzz around in the centre of the midfield. And again, you've got to question the decision to play 2 holding midfielders at the same time, especially in a home game. Do we need to keep doing that throughout the season? The players are lacking confidence massively at the moment, especially in that final third. I don't think as a team we're lacking confidence or we're thinking we're going to go out there and lose games, but we're not going out there thinking we're going to score. Anthony Martial's gone into his shell after a great start at the club. Now, as a young player, he's going to be inconsistent. We know that with all of our young players, Lingard, Memphis, the same, they're going to be very inconsistent, but he's not taking chances that we saw him take in his first 3 or 4 games. Today he was in the same position that he tucked it away from against Liverpool, more or less, and he opted to pass to Fellaini, who should have scored, skied it over. And it's those decisions, when to shoot, when to pass, that he'll get with as he gets older. But I think today the reason we're lacking confidence is the manager's fault. But today I thought the 0-0 wasn't the manager's fault, if you get me. The reason I think the players are lacking confidence is because for week in, week out now, we're not giving them allowing them to be able to go and express themselves, take chances, take risks in the final third. And defensively, that's got us playing very well. In the final third, we're suffering. We all know what our problems are. So I think because of that, the players are lacking the confidence that they maybe had earlier on in the season when we were beating teams. Are we hard to beat? Yes. But we can be beaten. Do we look like scoring every game? No. So we know where our problems lie. How do we change that? As I've said before, we're going to just be having the same discussion, and you can probably watch another couple of my match reviews and I'll say the same thing, because we're not changing anything really, and we need to start that. We need to change something. Yes, we're still in with the mix, but we've missed opportunities at home to really push up that table. Today we could have been sitting just behind Leicester City at the top. I know Leicester City being at the top is a shock in itself, but we should be there. And today, I think days like today are probably reasons why we won't win the league. Can we win the league? Yes, but we have to turn these draws into wins, and to do that I think we have to take the reins off a little bit. We showed signs of that happening today, but I think we really do need to do that a little bit more. Maybe drop one of the defensive midfielders, especially at home against the lesser teams. Now I know West Ham have had a fantastic run on the road. They've beat some big teams on the road, taken 10 points now from games at Old Trafford, Etihad, Emirates and Anfield. That is a fantastic record, and I don't think many teams will get better than that this season. But again, I'm saying that, in saying that, we have to get wins in these games if we want to win the league. And if today happened and today was just a one-off, it's not that bad, you know what I mean? But this isn't a one-off, and I think that's why there's that frustration lying there amongst the fans. And I think the players are just lacking confidence. We need to get that back, and I'm dreading that because we need to score a few goals on Tuesday against Wolfsburg, especially if we want to go through in the Champions League. I'm not confident we will go through in the Champions League, but I am confident we can challenge for the Premier League. But we really do need to change 1 or 2 things. I'm not going to get on the manager's back, start saying Louis van Gaal out and all this, that and the other. He was brought in to do a job for 3 years. He's got Manchester United improving. Yes, if we can stay near the top of the table up until Christmas, he needs to change things after Christmas, maybe bring in 1 or 2 players. But I don't think the problem here at the moment is personnel. I think it's just a case of loosening things up in that final third. Trying to stay positive. I know there are negatives there to be had, and people are going to say, oh, Adam, Louis van Gaal out and all this. Mate, I don't want to hear none of that. I know Louis van Gaal has his problems. I can see them for everyone to see. But I'm hoping that he will correct those issues. And he's an experienced enough manager to know what he's doing and to try and get more out of this team in the final third and get finishing those chances. But as Stephen Howson said earlier, this team isn't far off. He said in his fan cam that, you know, if we had the front line, I know these guys are special players that don't come along very often, but if we had a front line of, say, Messi, Neymar, Suarez, you're looking at one of the best teams in the world. If we had that front line of Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez, that as they were in 2008, you're looking at one of the best teams in the world. So as I said, we're not far off. I think there's a lot of frustration around because we're not seeing many goals and we're seeing side-to-side passing. But ultimately, things are better than they were last season. We're moving forward, but it's the pace that we're moving forward at. And maybe that can be a good comparison in a footballing sense as well. It's the way we're moving forward. It's not quick enough and it needs to change. Anyway, guys, get your comments in below. Let us know what you think about the game today. I know it isn't all positive. Get your positives in. Positives like Vieira making his debut. That's a good thing that Louis van Gaal does. He gives youth a chance when we need to. And when we need players, he gives them a chance. He's not scared to throw in the youngsters. And I love that. Louis van Gaal isn't all about negatives. But at the same time, he's got them as well. Get your comments in below. Let us know what you think. Subscribe to McKola TV. Share the video as well if you want to. See you later.